How y'all doing? I'm Michael. I'm a drug addict. So, let me see. My grandparents. They're from. My family's from Louisiana, from Shreveport, Louisiana. So they came here in like the 1960s, 70s. I was born right here in the inner city, Los Angeles, California, right there in the 50s, Crenshaw, Slauson District area, and so I was a cool kid growing up, kind of played sports, got good grades, and I got, let's see, let me see, going through school, pretty good. But I got into like my first addiction was actually the street, like the allure of the streets, the money. I used to like my dad, my uncles, they was all in and out the streets, and they hustled. And so that attracted me to that. Like I never got involved in the gangs and all that, but I'm cool with everybody. I'm local, I'm around, but excuse me. Plus I traveled a lot, so I know a lot of people, so I was able to maneuver better. And that was like my first sign of like it start spiraling, probably like middle school. We would steal out of stores, we'd get the candy, and my grandparents, they raised us, but they didn't always, have it like that. So we had to sell candy. We had to, hustle, do certain stuff, and we couldn't afford no J. Well, I could, but it's like we wanted more, and so I was stealing out of stores. I would sell candy, do little shit, go to the skating rinks. By middle school, I started to wild out. I could say I kind of started, I started smoking weed, drinking, girls, having sex, and I started really hustling. I stopped selling candy and I started selling drugs. I started selling crack, and and let me see. So yeah, I'm caught up in the street life. I'm hustling and stuff. My mom's in the streets actually. She's smoking dope. My mom smokes crack, so I'm battling that. I would like fight my homies on the block for serving my mama drugs and various things like that. My dad is in and out. I'll see him. He comes through low ridings and drop off gifts, bring stuff to Granny house, and he's gone. My grandma worked at LA Trade Tech, um, LA Trade Tech College, and my grandpa, he worked for Burke Security, somewhere down to one of them buildings downtown LA. And so we go back and forth from LA to Louisiana, spend summers out there, hang out, and I would hustle and I would hide my stuff outside because I couldn't take it in my granny house. I couldn't take I had like a little 380. It got kind of rusty because it get rained on and shit, so I couldn't take it in the house. And so I got kicked out. By the time I got kicked out, the first time was they found some stuff in the back of the house. And they didn't know who it was, so I put it like it was my uncle's. And so once they found out it was mine, that I was stealing their stuff, their own work, they cracked. They found out, and then my grandma like, you can't stay here. So now I'm like bouncing between friends' houses. I'm doing my thing, but I'm still going to school, still able to play sports, still going to school, doing this. And I realized like basically by the time I got to, let's say like 15, 16, I'm full-fledged in the streets now. Now I'm like really hustling. I'm getting some little money, some traction. So then I get a little spot, little studio apartment and shit. I'm doing that. I'm selling the caviar and stuff like that. And then my mom's around. So by this time I was able to get it in powder form. So she showed me how to cook it. So now I'm actually able to bubble, like kind of just get a little traction. So I'm doing that, and now I'm able to get certain stuff that I seen that I looked up to, like that I admired, that my uncles had. They got lowriders, they got Jeeps, they got all type of stuff, gold, and all this nice clothes, and they got these women and stuff. So this is what attracted me to them. So that was my first addiction, was the streets and the addiction of that lifestyle. So I got drawn into that, and then I still played sports. I still baseball, basketball, I did all that, and I still was maintaining to go to school just enough so I could, by this time, my grandparents and them, they see me trying, so they, I can still go over their house and stuff. Like to this day, I still can go there, hang out, eat, whatever. So I'm doing that for a while, and then now I move in with my dad, and my dad is on another level. He's like my dad, he got shot in the back when I was a little kid. So we was always raised with all type of, weapons and stuff. They always have weapons. My mom got shot in the back too when I was a kid. So I always had this like fear, like being shot. Grew up in the drive-by era. So it's always drive-bys. This going on, that going on. South Central LA in the 90s. So I'm dealing with that. And then I'm dealing with not like peer pressure from my peers because they already knew like who I was and where I lived at. So I didn't really have to worry about the gangs like that. And plus, I wouldn't confine myself just to one thing or one color because I like to move around, I like to travel. I liked it money too much, and I couldn't do that if I was restricted to this certain section. So that was one thing. And then what I would do was I would go in and out of state, and we would go to Washington, we would go to Louisiana, and we would take stuff, out of state. But this whole time I'm partying, but I never touch cocaine, like sniffing it or nothing. I just cook it, sell it, whatever. I would take we smoke weed, we'll get the smoker, the people to crack it, the fakes. We'll get them to buy us some Mad Dog, Silver Sadness, some Kool-Aid, some Mexicali Slim, some blunts and stuff. We'll do that, and then we'll go to our little section, wherever bando we was kicking it in, or homies' houses or whatever, and we'll chill, drink and smoke, party. And so we'll do that, and I would just smoke weed and drink. Then I started popping ecstasy pills. That was like one of the first hard drugs I ever took, was the ecstasy pill. So we popping pills, it's a party, it's all that good shit going on. And so then I get to, let me see, the next drug I probably tried. The next drug I tried, I didn't do powder cocaine until later on. So I probably was like 20, 22 next time I did powder cocaine. So I'm doing that, and I'm still hustling, and I'm doing whatever I got to do. I've somehow able to elude the law because I was young, and I kind of watched and saw like how my uncles like served and how they stashed their shit in their cars and did different things like that. So I was able to maneuver a little better, and I started saving my money because I wanted more. At first, I started out hustling for shoes and extra clothes and all this gold and shit. But then I was like, damn, I want that. I want these toys. I want this stuff that I'm seeing them have. So that got to a point where it's like, okay, I want a car now. I get a car. You got your little spot. First, I got the spot before I got the car because I needed somewhere to put my shit because I couldn't do it. So I did that, and I'm back in out of state now. My cousins will be at my spot while I'm gone, but they ended up getting us put out, smoking Sherm, and then so. End up getting put out, so now I gotta go back to my grandparents' house. So I'm there, and they just go to school, just finish school, and you can stay here, you can do what you gotta do, but we don't want none of that stuff in our house. So I'm like, cool. Then build up enough money again, and I left state. I came back. By this time, I'm like 17. Now I'm at my pop's house, and my dad, he's a paraplegic, so he has pharmaceuticals. He got all this stuff, and he has his doctor, his pharmacy. So he taught me about the pharmaceutical game and the Oxycontins and Norcos, Vicodins at the time, all this shit, promethazine. So I'm selling this now. So now I'm like, I don't want to sell crack no more because I saw what it did to my people, my mom, and all of that. So I was like, you know what? I still would get, like, they would pay me to cook it for them still too, though. I still would have certain homies be like, hey, Mike, can you lock this up for me? So I would do that for him. And so I'll do that. Sometimes I'll go be like to sell them double ups or whatever, go drop off shit over here in the 40s, go different spots, drop off stuff. And so I'm a street pharmacist. I'm selling pharmaceuticals, and I'm back and forth to Louisiana, and I'm coming back with suitcases full of guns and various shit like that. And I would my dad, like, basically he not groomed me, but he like basically taught me the game about this insurance and how the other fraud side works, about the accident cases, insurances. The doctor is the doctor, the pharmacy is the pharmacy. So now I have these two connections. So now I can kind of push that away. So now I have a whole different type of clientele, and I'm not doing no drugs like that. I'm smoking weed, I'm drinking, and I was popping Xanax bars and shit. So now I'm taking Xanaxes and stuff to come down when I'm off to come down from the ecstasy so I can sleep. So now I'm popping these bars, probably drink some promethazine or something, back then, like early 2000s, like 2000, 2001, drinking lean and stuff. And so I started out with that, and then I'm still making my money, but now I'm making like a lot of money, but a different way where people didn't know what I was selling. Like, Mike, you're not hustling no more. What are you selling? Because I'm dealing with college kids or my white boys or, you know, different people that you probably wouldn't suspect to be doing those drugs. So I'm doing that, and it's less risk too, because I'm thinking I'm getting it from a doctor. It's got a prescription, all this shit, but it's still the same thing. My dad's addicted to opiates right now. My mom don't smoke dope no more, and good. So yeah, yeah. So now, fast forward that. So then I pretty much stopped. I'm selling drugs. I end up going to jail for a gun case. I come back, and then I wanted to change my whole little narrative and stuff. So I stopped hustling for a while, and I pretty much got into the powder. Now I'm sniffing powder, and I'm in the casinos and strip clubs, and I'm sniffing cocaine now. So then I get to the cocaine. Then about probably I sniffed methamphetamine. I was 30 years old. I was digging through my trunk one time. I was looking for a scale or something, and I would send the pounds of meth to the South. And I found the shake from the pound, and I have no cocaine. So I sniffed the shit and drove from here to San Bernardino back, and I thought I found a remedy. No, I'm serious. You know, and I didn't do it no more because I liked it too much. I liked the high too much. And I was like, damn, like I don't got to keep playing on my nose all day with this powder and getting stopped up, and I got this. So then that was wild. That's pretty much what got me to the point I was at. And my cousins, they ended up going to the feds. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened in between. So it kind of took me to a place where I was like, I had to leave this lifestyle alone because I seen what it was doing to them and where they was going, and I was next. You know, a lot of other stuff happened in between, but that's another story. And so you know, the methamphetamine stuff, it just was an ongoing cycle. I would stop using it for a while, then I'll be back doing the shit. I'll blow my rent money. I'll go spend thousands of dollars in casinos because I'm high and I just want to gamble and be in a casino. So I'm messing up and I'm spiraling. And every time at first I was in denial and I was like, oh, I got a problem. But I noticed every time I did some fucked up shit or some messed up stuff happened to me, I was high. That was the root of my problem. So I was high. So one day I just woke up, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do. I keep catching cases, going to jail for guns. So then I tell my girl, I'm like, hey, I'm about to go check into rehab. I need to get some help. She's like, yeah, I'm all for it. Like, you know, do what you got to do to get you right, you know, because I was declining. Like, you know, I was blowing through my money. Nobody wanted to fuck with you, be around you. And it was just bad. You know, it got real bad to the point I was like pretty much desperate. And I was like, I need to go get some help. So then I came checked in to Fred Brown. I went to this treatment center in North Hollywood to Cry Help first. And that didn't, well, it worked, but it didn't really register with me because I got out and I was still on the same shit. And I just like, basically I needed to, you know, give this another go. So I ended up coming to Fred Brown, and, you know, I appreciate everybody, all the love, respect, all y'all, Roxy, Chris, F Sunshine, Matt, all the counselor, all counselors, Matt know the real, and it's just it took me to a point where I got tired of the bullshit. And I was like, you know what, I need to do something else because I'm spinning my wheels. I keep going in circles. Like I'll get clean, I'll stop, then I'll go back to the same stuff. So I'm in the same traps, and I just really wanted to just do something different because I know, like, basically I got to change my life. People dying, going to jail, fentanyl's out here, it's everything, and I got a lot of people that died from this stuff. So, you know, I got to make sure that I keep that in perspective and know where I was at, and just remember, like, you know, where I'm trying to go with this. And I'm not trying to go down that track. I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to die, and I want to be healthy, clean, and sober. So that's why I came to Fred Brown. I appreciate y'all for being a part of my recovery. All y'all, my rehab mama. And and I just, you know, I'm not going to RBH, but I am going to do the outpatient because I know, like Matt said, I got to have some type of recovery. I got to work some type of program. If not, I'm going to slip because I know it's a statistic. It's like 99.999%. And I don't think I'll be that 1% that, you know, so I got to do that. I at least got to do that. And then I'll go from there and see what it is, though. My name is Mike. I'm a drug addict. I'm an alcoholic.